PhotoVoice.
You get to take pictures, you get a camera, and they want you to tell them about your life. They're not going to tell you anything. They're not going to try to change you.
We had the participants take pictures, first a self-portrait, a picture where they go when they're sick, how they socialize, where their food comes from, their transportation, a picture of where they work, a picture of dinner, a picture of their street, and then finally an unhealthy place in their neighborhood.
From talking to the school coordinators, one of the things that they noticed was that it brought out sort of the social activist in some of the people that participated in it. You know, just sort of giving folks a camera and saying, take some pictures of your neighborhood around these sort of parameters and talk to us about what's going on in your neighborhood, really brought out sort of this advocacy in some of the folks, you know, kind of activated them a little bit. Oftentimes when you're a community member and you're involved in a research project, somebody's just asking you questions, and they're asking you questions of things they want to know about you, right? But very often, not very often, I would say, they don't get to ask you questions or talk back to you. And in this kind of dialogue that we had with folks, they had a chance to say, well, this is what's going on in my neighborhood. This is maybe what I would like. This is what I'd like to see differently.
The Summer Institute is a week-long course that starts on Sunday evening and goes through about 1 o'clock on Friday, that introduces students from across multiple disciplines, medicine, social work, nursing, and their faculty to how a community works.
Summer Institute, you know, had been delving into the community for the past couple of years, but but mostly through the eyes of service providers and not so much through the eyes of people who actually lived in the community. And so I think what we really thought we would do was, let's think about how we could really talk to people in the community. And PhotoVoice seemed like a good idea to try.
It was a completely different experience because we were now dealing with people who live in the community and seeing how they see their community. Very different than looking at the community as healthcare agencies.
We have a fantastic partner in Tasky who, you know, they have great school coordinators who are always gung-ho, very active people, and have excellent connections to their communities.
I chose folks from different socioeconomic levels.
Transportation, I walk, so I had a picture of me walking.
The question of asking folks about what they consider to be the most unhealthy place where they live, about where they live, or where they, you know, in their community, is our interesting set of pictures.
Most of the time when I'm sick, I check out what Walgreens might have for me, and so I took a picture of me shopping at Walgreens. They have cold medicine, and that's probably the extent of my sickness.
But I also think the pictures depict a richness of life, a happiness, a resilience, you know, a very positive orientation to life, you know, and community and neighbors. And there's some really compelling and beautiful pictures in there of folks at social gatherings, or, you know, exercising, or of their families, or, you know, in their places of worship, that I think also speak, you know, not only to the unhealthy sort of things or the sadder side of things, but also to the sort of positive, resilient nature of the people that live in our communities.
Almost all of the participants took pictures of Walmart or Warehouse Market. Very few of them shopped anywhere else from those two grocery stores. Big business has a stranglehold on the community's access to food.
thought that was amazing. And 53 people were interviewed by teams of students and faculty for the Summer Institute.
Interviewing them was interesting, and hearing their different perspectives of the same neighborhood.
People that live in those communities are the experts. And so I think that really, in order to help communities grow and develop and be what they want to be, you know, we have to have two-way dialogue.
PhotoVoice for me was a way to experience research that involved the community as opposed to studying the community, and to see the participants' reactions and hear their stories really was impactful, not only for me but for the whole team. And I think that the community feels differently about the college now, and I hope that the information that we provide back to the community will help with some policy changes in areas that they feel are important to them.
The most joy that I got from it was seeing all of these people that I love who have invisible lives be talked to and appreciated.
It was one of the most rewarding research experiences I've ever had, both because I worked on a team of people, you know, of architects, of librarians, of developmental psychologists, of, you know, urban planners and physicians, and that in and of itself is an amazing experience to work with such an interdisciplinary group of people. But then to top it off, you know, I'm working with these school coordinators who were amazing, right? And then these 53 folks who agreed to take pictures and become participants in this process with us, who opened up their lives and took pictures and participated with us. You know, they were so gracious, you know, and willing to do that. And so that was remarkable, you know, also. And then all the students and faculty who joined us in the process and, you know, worked our way through it, and all the students and all the hard work that has gone into this project has been just an amazing experience. And I think it's one we should all be very, very proud of as a model for really good interdisciplinary, collaborative, community-based participatory research. I
was like really impressed with the PhotoVoice interview team. It made me feel like an individual. And it made it sound like they wanted to hear my story. And I think everybody has a story, and it was kind of neat to be able to tell them.